Well, I'm excited today because I love this show, and not just for the host. What I love about this particular show, and the show is Good Mythical Morning, is it reminds me a lot of Howard Stern, in that Howard Stern incorporates a lot of his staff onto his show, and they become stars themselves, and that's what happens on Good Mythical Morning with Rhett and Link. The staff becomes almost as big a stars as them, and I have the honor of speaking to one of them right now, one of the staff members. And she's my favorite staff member. She's hilarious every time she's on there. It's Emily Fleming. Emily, thank you for sitting down with me today.
Oh my God, you're going to give me a really big head.
Well, hey, that's the intent, Emily. You need to know just how much you mean to people, because you are, like I said, you are probably the funniest of the crew members. You truly are, and it always brightens everybody's day when you're there. And
thank you.
You're very welcome. But of course, you, like many of us, are not working right now through the quarantine of coronavirus.
Well, actually, that's not entirely true. We're still working. It's just a lot of us are working from home.
Remotely, yeah.
Yeah, we're working remotely. So, yeah, I've had the day off today. I'm like, it's still pretty all hands on deck.
Right.
I have a feeling Rhett and Link are doing things from home right now.
Right.
And, they've still got their vlogs they do. They just released one this past Saturday.
Oh, okay.
And it's every Saturday, actually.
Right.
They're really, really funny. So
They are really good.
They have ways of doing things.
Right. Well, and that begs the question, because there are still new episodes getting uploaded onto YouTube every single day. How far in advance do you make these episodes, that there are still episodes coming up every day through this?
I'll be honest with you, I am the worst when it comes to Google calendars and like the timing of everything.
Right.
I'm usually, especially when I'm working remotely, has been a new challenge for me, because I depend most of the time on the other writers. I'm like, what are we doing?
Right. I know. Believe me, I know the feeling. Yeah.
It depends. I think there's some things that are a little bit more editing heavy, and then that may require a little more time.
Right.
So there's stuff like that, or if there's like an event that happens and they want to we should save that for this, or stuff like that. I'm sure that's the thought process that goes through sometimes.
Right.
But I think that things are going to change as far as how we make things and the timing of it all, because of what's happening right now, but we'll see. But yeah, it depends on the episodes. I don't know if I'm really allowed to tell you.
Oh, sure. Yes. Don't get yourself into trouble. I was just
curious. I know.
Right. I
think some people want to believe that it's live every morning. And
right.
I think that's, as a kid, I always thought that, Pee Wee Herman was in my TV.
Sure.
Performing for me immediately. And I love that, thinking about that. And I really do like that childlike hope and thought process.
Right.
So I don't want to ruin it for anybody. So guess what? Rhett and Link are live every single morning, and
they are up bright and early, and they're 3 hours behind us. So they're up doing their show at 2 a.m. So enjoy them bright and early. Of course.
They teleport into your computer specifically just to talk to you.
Just to talk to you, just to entertain you. Aren't you glad that you got up this morning and still? Gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can imagine. Yeah, see, I work in radio, and one of my main jobs is promotions coordinating. So you talk about waiting on program directors and marketing directors to tell you what the hell you need to do that day. Is the worst. So I can understand how mind-numbing it can be, kind of sitting at home just waiting for somebody to tell you what to do through all this.
Yeah, well, I've actually, one of the positive things of working from home is I've gotten pretty good at Google Calendar now.
Good.
I am the oldest writer in the writer's room.
No kidding, really?
So it's like not by a lot.
Well, no, I'm sure not, but that is surprising. Everybody seems to be around the same age.
No, I mean I've kind of felt like one of the older people in the crew for a while now, but I also always assume that everyone is younger than me. I think it's the polite thing to do.
Sure. Yeah,
Who knows? Maybe there are people older than me, but I feel pretty old.
Well, yeah.
Anytime everybody starts talking about Harry Styles, I'm like, yeah. Great guy.
Right.
Love the guy's hair, love his shoes.
I'm sure he does great
Super
music.
cool.
Did you hear the new song? That new song is great, didn't it?
It's so good, yes. Would anyone like to make a TikTok?
which is hilarious because you're on TikTok. I'm on TikTok.
Yes, hardly.
Right, and I'm on TikTok too, and I love it. But you're right. You feel kind of guilty walking in there because it's like, am I the creepy old person walking into the kids' room right now? You know?
Yeah, it does kind of feel that way.
It does, yeah.
I don't think I'll ever do a dance TikTok. I'm not a dancer.
Same.
I am not. I think that there have been a few episodes I've done that required me to dance, and they were my living nightmare. I think I had to do the 100 Years of Exercise episode.
Yes.
And,
well, no, you did great on that, because, didn't you do the one from the 60s? Wasn't that the one you did?
I did. I think it was. What was it? It was Jazzercise.
Jazzercise, right? And the one that was it. Yeah, the one from the '60s.
Yeah, huge nightmare of mine. I remember them telling me I was going to do it, and I was like, I've taken one Jazzercise class. I think it's just a lot of like Molly Ringwalding it from
right.
Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
You know, when she just kind of is kicking,
right.
kicking her boots in the air. I'm like, oh, let's do that.
And that's exactly what. Yeah, that's exactly. If you get the arms moving and the legs up in the air, you're gold. That's Jazzercise.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
I will say Jazzercise is a great form of exercise, and I should take the classes, but they're so embarrassing that I just I don't know if I could ever do it for real.
Right. It's understandable. It's kind of like, because
I mean, I don't know what I look like on a treadmill. That's probably more embarrassing.
Well, here's the thing. You did it on Good Mythical Morning with millions of fans. So if you can do it if millions of people watching, I think a Jazzercise class would be fine.
That's true. I love being reminded of how many people saw me do that thing.
just remember, I think they have over, is it 15 million or something like that subscribers?
It's over 17 actually.
Over 17 now. Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
So how long have you worked with the Mythical crew now?
Let's see. I think it's been about 2 years at this point.
2 years?
I started out as a staff writer on season 22. The season that everyone loves.
Of course.
The most.
That's right. The one that was the greatest.
Favorite season.
The best season of all.
That's right. The best season. I had a great time.
Of course.
And then I guess it's the format that they did things through season 22 where we had multiple episodes a day. It just was they decided not to do that anymore, so they didn't need as many writers, so my kind of position changed. Mm-hmm. And I became more of an on-camera person. So I'd come in if they needed some on-camera personality or a character or something.
Right.
And I also was contributing. I think this is the first time I'll ever tell anyone this. I was contributing to the Twitter jokes. And I feel like some people have called my efforts bad dad jokes.
I would see that, but that's normal for you.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the online social media and Twitter, it's a team effort. There's a lot of people who work on it, but yeah, I did contribute jokes for a while there, and now I'm ever since mid last year or sometime I became a writer again, full time. And so, it's been great.
That's amazing. And speaking of season 22, if you don't know what we're talking about, season 22, normally every day Good Mythical Morning puts up a new episode every single day. And season 22, which was around 2017-ish, they decided to break up. It was one episode and it would be broken up into its own episode per day, and so it got a lot of the fans riled up about that because
it was there were 3 episodes a day plus the more. If I remember correctly.
That's what it was, and it was
but it became if you added it all up, it's as if it were an hour long show that were broken up into 3 and 4 parts.
Right.
So it was a little bit more like, I don't know, it felt a little bit more like television than it did YouTube.
Right. And
I loved all of them. I thought that was such a fun season, probably because I'm biased and I'm proud of my work.
You're proud of your work? It was your first season? You should be proud of it, yeah. But yeah, so it was, and I liked it too. There were so many great episodes from that season too. There was a lot of great guest stars and things like that. It's just, I guess in this fast-paced world, when it comes to YouTube, people don't like to be hunkered down to the computer all day, is my only guess as to why they didn't like that.
Yeah, I mean, the YouTube fandom thing is something that I was, honestly, I was pretty unfamiliar with until working for this show. So when their fans have a lot of, say in how things go and what direction things go in, which is really great, but it's also like something I don't always understand or know why.
Right.
But, I just don't question it and just go with the flow.
Right. You're right. It's refreshing, but at the same time, it's like, gosh, because you have to constantly change things. Because, if you're doing television, because you wrote for At Midnight at some point, too, didn't you?
That's true, yeah. I wrote for At Midnight during its final season.
Right.
Boy. Like, maybe I killed At Midnight and I killed season 22. Who knows?
Seems like wherever you go, trouble follows, Emily. What is this?
That's pretty funny.
Right.
But I did, on At Midnight, I was a staff writer, and I wrote with Jordan Morris, who I think fans of Good Mythical Morning know as Cotton Candy Randy.
That's right. So he worked there too at Midnight. At Midnight.
Yeah. That's how he and I met initially and became friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then we both ended up on Good Mythical Morning, and we get to see each other still.
Every single day. It's like, yeah, great, I love you. Maybe we'll go one day without seeing each other. That'd be nice.
No, that's not true. I would love to work with Jordan, like on any project, anytime. Like, just name it, and I'll work with Jordan Morris.
Well, he seems like the nicest guy and the funniest guy on the planet. He really does.
He really is a nicest guy. He's really fun to hang out with. He and I get beers together on pretty like a semi-monthly basis at least.
Right.
And talk shop and stuff. But he's doing a lot of really cool stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, his podcast, Jordan Jesse Go, is so funny, and he's written a lot of really cool things. He wrote for this show called Unikitty, I think.
Unikitty?
Yeah. I don't know what network it's on, if it's on Nickelodeon or Disney.
Right.
But I always thought that sounded kind of cool.
That is awesome.
I actually have a stand-up bit that, like, when I was first moving towards New York, and I was talking about creating your own version of God, what you think God looks like.
Yeah.
And my God was a kitty corn, and it was a kitten with a unicorn horn, and then I drew it for people, but I had forgotten how to draw paws, so I just gave it human legs with high heels.
You know what, though?
Yeah, he's like, I work for Unikitty, and I'm like, they stole my God.
They stole it.
Stole my deity. Ripped off.
Damn them, they took my God. No, a cat, yeah. I would like to think a cat is our God, too. I'm a huge cat person, so I'm all for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got a cat. I love cats.
Oh, you have one cat?
I just have the one, yeah.
What's your cat's name?
Her name is Teebs, and it's short for Tibra, and she's the most antisocial cat you'll ever meet. But she loves me.
Oh no!
Yeah, but she loves me, and that's all that matters. But like, if you get around her, she'll probably stare at you from afar. But that's the extent of it.
Oh well, that's good to know. Yeah, I cat sit for Jordan's cat sometimes, actually.
Do you?
Yeah, he's got a really great cat named Bug.
Bug.
He doesn't have an Instagram, which is such a shame because the cat is the cutest cat on earth. I'm obsessed with this cat.
Do you have a cat?
I do want a cat. Huh?
You said you want a cat. I just asked, did you if you had a cat?
Yeah, if I had a cat, what? Were you going to ask what I'd name it?
No. Because you said, I was getting ready to ask you if you had a cat, and then you said you wanted a cat, so we kind of came right, we ran into each other on the question, yeah.
Classic Fleming talking over people. No, I do want a cat really bad. I've heard there's a lot of shelters and things looking for people to foster cats right now.
Yeah, especially right now.
Quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
My apartment will not let me do that.
Really?
I want one really bad. I did find a cat in a bush over the summer.
In a bush.
I kept it overnight in my apartment. And then my coworker, I also help out and sometimes fill in on the weekends at a oddity shop, a taxidermy / oddity shop here in LA.
Right.
Called Necromance. If you ever want to look up their stuff online, they're really cool. But one of my coworkers from Necromance they adopted the cat immediately.
Wow. Well,
I know,
awesome.
it was so good. She sent me photos and things, but part of me was like, oh, that was my cat.
Right, yeah.
That should have been my cat.
I'm glad you're enjoying my cat. That could have been mine. My stupid apartment would have let me have it.
Exactly.
Well, luckily enough, my apartment does allow pets, but it's one of those situations where it's like, it's great because you get to have a pet, but then there's always that warning sign when you walk out. You could walk in dog crap. If you're not careful, it could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what's better, to live in a non-pet place or in a pet place. I guess when you're inside...
I don't care. Stepping in crap is not that gross to me. It's vomit that really, really bothers me. Dog vomit and cat vomit.
You're absolutely right about that.
Yeah, that to me is more off-putting than crap.
That's true. And the thing about... I guess the thing about poop is it eventually hardens and it's not so bad. But vomit, I don't care what it is. If it's fresh or old, you step in it, you stepped in it, and it's the worst.
It's horrible. It's the worst thing in the world.
It really is. How did we get off talking about vomit? This is a weird turn of events.
I feel like this is the natural course of things.
Maybe this was the plan the whole time. It just was to go to vomit.
Yeah, exactly.
At some point. We were going to get there, and we made it. So what made you want to be a comedian? What got you into comedy?
Okay. Well, we talked about Pee Wee Herman earlier.
Right.
That certainly helped.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that my grandmother was a very, very funny lady, and my grandmother and grandfather were both really into Laurel and Hardy.
Oh, yeah.
And so I, in turn, got really into it as well. Also, Pee Wee Herman was so funny, and then I just wanted to be an actor. I knew I wanted to be on camera or be on screen ever since I was really, really little. And I don't know, the comedy part, I guess I just realized that it's you can try out stuff in regular life and things like that. I didn't necessarily know I wanted to be a comedian. I wanted to be a dramatic actress, I think, growing up. I wanted to win an Oscar or something, I don't know. And then I don't know what I was thinking. But then I started doing forensics, which is not
that's a
forensics competition in school is a public speaking competition.
Really?
Type thing. I think that there'll be some theater kids who listen to this, and hopefully you've got some theater kids in your fan base.
I'm sure I do.
Everyone
somewhere.
Needs some.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But it's a public speaking competition. There's different categories like poetry and prose and dramatic interpretation, and then there's comedic or comedy interpretation.
Right.
And I started doing that. I had a teacher in middle school who found a couple things she thought I would do well.
Yeah.
And then I did, and it was really fun. And it was I get to stand up here by myself and just figure out how to make people laugh. And I'm sure that wasn't the point of the competition necessarily, but eventually it just kind of was well, I really love doing this. I would really like to write some stuff and try to do this as well.
Right.
And then in college I started writing stuff. I didn't perform it until after college when I got home to Nashville and did a open mic at Springwater Supper Club and Lounge, which if you ever go to Nashville,
I've heard of that
there's
place.
No supper there.
No.
It's pretty gross. It's a little dive bar. They say supper club and lounge. It's none of that.
Yeah.
It's just it's a fun dive bar with a really funky old venue in the back.
Right.
And it was advertised in the Tennessean.
Oh.
And so I just kind of went and did that, and then I was pretty hooked.
Right.
So,
yeah, when you hear supper club, you think, oh, nice lounge, piano, probably nice chairs, tables. You don't think of a dive bar, pretty much. That doesn't.
I think there is a piano.
Yeah.
I don't know where. I think I remember one being there, but I can't remember.
It probably got stolen at some point from the dive bar.
I would touch it.
Right. Well, that was another thing I wanted to bring up because you're from Tennessee as well. You're from Nashville, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, and were you born and raised there? Did you spend your whole childhood there, or did you move elsewhere?
So I was born in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, and then my family, when I was about 3 years old, moved to Nashville because my father is a musician.
Right.
And he was going to move there because he had buddies who were also finding gigs and success in Nashville and stuff, and it was like, it's time to go. And so, yeah, ever since I was 3 years old, I grew up in Nashville, and then, then I went to college in Arkansas again. I couldn't leave Arkansas behind, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I guess when you get the Arkansas blood, did you go to University of Arkansas?
No, I went to Lyon College, which is a 500-student college.
Oh, wow.
In a dry county in Batesville, Arkansas.
Oh, boy. A dry county and 500 people. That must have been real exciting.
Actually, it was really fun.
Really?
I do better in small, classrooms. I've talked about this a little bit on GMM, but I do have ADHD, and it was just perfect for me to go to a small school like that. So I had teachers that really had enough time to answer my annoying questions over and over and over again.
Sure.
Now I have coworkers that just teach me Google Calendar over and over again, and so it's just, it just keeps going.
It's an endless cycle, but you know what? It's one you're used to, and it works, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
So I guess coming from Nashville, have you've been to Knoxville before? Sure, I'm sure, haven't you?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever? What would you do when you came out here?
Well, when I went out there, I think I was dating a boy when I went there last time.
Okay.
So that's why I went out there. I don't remember.
I don't know why you...
I went to a bunch of funky bars and stuff, and I don't really remember.
Right.
But I haven't spent too much time. I know I'm supposed to be obsessed with the University of Tennessee and everything, but I just was never much of a sports girl, and I know that's going to, get me in trouble or something. But
no,
I don't care.
If this was 7 years ago, I would probably berate that. But even I'm like, it's fine. It's plus you came from Nashville. You're supposed to be Vanderbilt, so it's not. That's the difference.
I don't think anyone has to be Vanderbilt.
That's true. Did you hear about what happened in one of their last games of the season back in, I think it was in November? Nobody showed up for a game because they were losing so bad in the season. Nobody showed up for a game. No, yeah. They had to play the game there was a few people in the stands, but they had to play the game without an audience. And this was before.
Oh my God!
And this was before social distancing was a thing. they played before that.
Well,
yeah.
You hear it first, kids. We do it best in Nashville.
That's right.
No, that's not true though. I've heard some things about Nashville downtown, and that make me very, very upset. But
yeah.
People are not social distancing.
No, they're not. Nashville is one of the cities that are getting the finger wagging across the country right now. It's because Knoxville's pretty much on shutdown with the exception of curbside and things like that. But Nashville is just no, we're not giving up.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I hope things have gotten better in Nashville. I think that they got shamed a little bit on Twitter, and I don't know. Mm-hmm. The thing is, people forget that not everybody is on Twitter.
Right. That's true.
Not everybody cares what people say on Twitter.
Especially people in the South. A lot of people in the South just don't deal with Twitter.
No.
I mean, it's true. They take their complaints to Facebook.
That's right. Yeah. We're old. Yeah. Old school.
We are old school. That's right. Social media. And that's another thing. I don't know where social media is going to go after this. it was kind of on its way out, I felt like, and then when all this pandemic stuff started, I think it kind of got a resurgence because that's all we can do right now is social media.
Oh, I don't think social media will ever be on the way out.
Really?
I think it's, oh no. I think it's definitely like, there are so many positive things to it. There are a lot of negative things as well, but I do think there's a lot of good positive things as well, connecting people together with common interests and stuff. Mm-hmm. I do think that Facebook, I don't know, I think it's slowing down for sure. But
yeah, but as a whole, I guess the whole community, it'll always be there or expand even to something better.
Yeah, well, I mean, look at TikTok. That's
true.
It's blowing up. I really miss Vine, so TikTok is very fun.
and this is how you know we're of the last generation, because I miss Vine too. Vine was amazing.
Oh my God! My boyfriend and I really love to watch Vine compilations on YouTube.
Yes!
I highly recommend it.
Me too. I have a bunch saved on my computer bookmarked because it's like if I'm having a bad day, that's where I go.
Do you have a favorite Vine? Could you tell me what yours is? I think I have a couple that I remember that I would definitely.
My favorite Vine, I don't remember the name of it, but it's two sisters driving in a car. One of them is eating a McFlurry, and the sister slams on the brakes and causes her to choke on a spoon. That's one of my all-time favorites. Yes.
So funny.
Yes, that's probably my all-time favorite Vine, for sure.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
My boyfriend and I constantly quote, I love myself, even though I look like a burnt chicken nugget. I still love myself.
Yes.
That kid rules.
That kid is amazing.
Kid also says, there's a kid who goes, I love Chipotle.
Yes.
Chipotle is my life.
When he does the white girl thing. Yes. Oh my God.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, we watch them constantly. I could go on and on about this.
Oh, same.
I smell like beef, girl. Love it.
I smell like beef. Oh.
Yes, it's so good.
Oh God, it's so true. Yeah. See, that's what we're missing. TikTok has got to get the videos out there that will last a lifetime, like Vine. It has
Exactly.
It has a lot to live up to, but I think it's possible.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, it absolutely does. Well, Emily, this has been awesome. Thank you so much for taking time out of a busy schedule. I didn't even realize you were still so busy. I wouldn't have bothered you if you had so much still going on.
Oh, gosh. I'm being just a little dramatic. I'm not that.
Well, no, I was just saying because I thought we were all quarantined down. I was like, I wonder if I could get an interview with her, and then I found out you're still working. So the fact that you took time to talk with me on my stupid show, that means a lot to me. So thank you so much.
I'm excited to listen to your show and become a fan, Mr. Toddy.
Yes, thank you.
And thanks so much for having me on.
You're most welcome. We've been talking to Emily Fleming of Good Mythical Morning right here on the Smokin Hot Toddcast.